intro and make it real. See you on the other side. Bonjour, hi, welcome to the stream. I'm Frank Boucher, your host. And today, I'm at my second cup of coffee because it's hard for me today. I don't know why. It's Friday. Usually in the morning I have a lot of energy. It's morning for me. The sky is bright, as you can see. But it's truly bright. I can see sun shining in my basement. But I don't know why. This morning I struggle waking up. So yeah, big stream today. Very happy, very excited. Well, plenty of stuff to talk about. I want to share a few things with you. I want to know more about what you think. And it's kind of a 360 today where we're not streaming from my usual Linux machine, personal machine. Where is it? It's charging. It's true, it was completely dead. But that's not why I decided to do this. Today, we're working on real work. Real business work. So I'm working on Microsoft stuff that will be useful for me, my teammates, my colleague. We'll be working from my Microsoft device. So it's been half an hour. I've been kind of killing everything, and I want to make sure I'm not getting in trouble doing that. I don't want to see any, pop-ups or anything. So I should be good. But yeah, truly we'll be working stuff. So today we're more focused on low code. I want to build Power Automate. I will explain more later. But so that's the plan of today. It's low code, Power Platform, Power Automate will do that. So we'll have fun with that. I think that will be pretty cool. I think it's very useful and powerful. We did a few Logic app in the past, so that's not really far from that, but it's in a different platform. So there's a little difference here and there. And I think the beauty of it is then it's easier to share. So that's why I was very interested into that. And it will empower a lot of people in my team. So I think that will be helpful. But, so look. This is the machine. I love that background, and with the cloud it's even better. I should do a screenshot of this wallpaper with the cloud, or maybe do a movie. Did you know you could have like a movie has a wallpaper in Windows? Maybe I should do that. I really like it. Anyway, I hope you're well. I hope you had a nice week. Did you assist to Microsoft build? I want to know. What do you think about? Did you have a haha moment? Did you find it boring? Nice? Really interested to know. I was involved in preparation of stuff with build. In fact, I should start the first to-do. To-do start one. Sharing. Return on build. Yeah, so I wanna share a few things with you. So Microsoft build, I watch the keynotes part. I love the demo with Scott Hensman. I don't know if you saw that. That was awesome. Something Joy. What was it again? I forgot the name of the talk. Boom, boom, boom. Developer Joy with Scott Hensman and friend. This session was look at it. Can you have a more geek background or dev background than that? That was awesome with Kyla. It was really great. Let me share that in the chat. That was pretty good. So I watched this. I watched another one with Marcel. Yeah, Accelerate. That was also very good. So in this one, they are creating like a little bit like we did in the let me if I go here and do this.
Previously on Frank's channel.
Yeah, previously on Frank's channel, we were having fun with OpenAPI, creating taking an API, making it the connector. We are on our way to do this. In this talk, what Marcel did, like, and like at the beginning, he does exactly that. And I will share a blog post I wrote about that. But he was sharing how with Visual Studio you could easily do that. And after that, they are using API management. So very interesting to go there. So I'm definitely digging into like all those steps. So we'll do more of that. But let me share that one too. And I see the portable mode of terminal was cool. Oh yeah, that was cool. Yeah, it's true. With the guy with the keyboard in his pocket, right? Sorry, I thought you were having a meeting. What's happening? Are you doing two things, multitasking? Hey, Gameyor, how are you? Happy to see you. Of course, if you're new here, let me start the game. Oh, and I should start the stream. Start. Planner export. ADO export. ADO export. Let's call that ADO export. And where did I land? Oh yeah, just here. Very far. That's a game that InstaFluff did. Really cool game. Another talk that I really like, and I think it could help so many. So it was done by Leon. If I can spell his name correctly. Woo! There it is. Full stack. That was also very cool. So in this talk, Leon is doing kind of a full circle, taking an Excel sheet. Like we know, like there's too many Excel that are the master key on app. Congrats to Fred Adacat and Grovosaurus to land. So he's taking an Excel sheet and making it like a full app in deploy using a database, like a security and everything. That was really good. And I helped Leon to build his initial Excel sheet and like database and stuff like that. So I had fun with that. Oh, that's good feedback. What did you find non-intuitive, sir? Yeah, so the reason we did that, it was because some sessions they were SIP limited, and that was a way to let people in, and using Azure Active Directory and all those things. So yeah. What I'm looking for, not the transition, but the integration of like Teams or another tool could be a little bit more smooth. That's what you mean? Yeah, my schedule, I used a lot my backpack. I cannot show you, but my schedule in my calendar was like, there was a lot of stuff. Finding your schedule, okay. Finding your schedule was hard. Is it okay if I take notes of all of that? I did find out. Oh, okay. Where is it? Oh yeah, it's that one. So yeah, from your profile, you had my schedule in my backpack. But I agree that from the session, let's say catalog, it would have been cool to have a button like, oh, like it's here, like schedule backpack. I even didn't notice them. But yeah, if you go to my schedule, you had the talk, same for backpack, and you could sync it to your calendar. That was pretty good. And realizing I had to click on something to go to another stream. What do you mean by that? I think, okay, let me try to see if I understand. So let's say you're watching this talk or like this talk. So then like you're on that screen, right? So you're watching Scott Guthrie, this talk, and you would have wish that the other one start at the same place instead of having you going back to your backpack. And that would be tricky though, because there was multiple talk at the same time. You know, like it's a physical, like it was an hybrid conference. That was like it's the second hybrid conference we did. That one like was kind of big also, so there was people in person in the room starting, so there was multiple feed. That's why you had to change. Oh, but you wish it would have been a little bit more transparent for you. If it was just virtual, maybe it would have been possible. But doing that for everybody, I don't know, like that's... I see, maybe it's possible. Like, I think it's great feedback. It's all great feedback. Gamey, did you watch a little bit Microsoft build? My watch is freaking out right now. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's true. They know you. They know your backpack. But there was a lot of work building that as an hybrid. Like I said, it was our second. So the first one was, if I'm not mistaken, at that scale, the first one was MVP Summit, and the second one was build. It's like it had a lot of complexity. We learned a lot of stuff from the MVP Summit, and I know the team. Like, it's not my team anymore. I move in a different team, but I know that team worked so hard to make this event like sweet and so provide feedback. Sorry, Dev. I will bring all what you say to like the team.
Oh, hi.
Hey, Fragbird is here. Hello, Fragbird. But sorry, Dev. Fill up the survey. Be constructive, just like you are right now. Provide feedback. They read everything and they take it really serious to improve the experience. This is really important for us. What? Fragbird land? That's amazing. Fragbird, every time you come these days, you land. See, it's the second time I dropped today. I think I'm targeting the other corner. Sorry, here. Yeah, so I liked my build. I'm still undone. So many good video to watch. Very excited with a bunch of stuff. And I shared 2 blog posts. So I was sharing, I did create some data set for a talk, for Leon's talk. So like I shared that, and I was using a bunch of tool. I think I will do a video about that, but like I was using ChatGPT and some pretty cool .NET package that I found called Bogus to generate fake data that look realistic data. But so let me share that link too. Note, blog post, voila, boom. And so I did that, wrote that, was nice. And this one was just published this week. And after watching a video that it's kind of the part of the same video I shared previously, where they were building a connector from a web API inside Visual Studio. I was very excited when I saw that because it matched what we were trying to build on the stream, right? Like, you know.
Previously on Frank's channel.
Yes, Jeff, exactly. Just like we did previously on the channel here, we are building a connector with the URL shortener. So I saw that inside Visual Studio, the big one, the IDE, not Visual Studio Code, and I was like, oh, I need to do that. So I did, but it was not working. I was having error and stuff. So I reached out to Marcel and Danielle, the two involved in that version of the demo, and they helped me. It was very simple. So I wrote a blog post because I thought if I was having that kind of issue, maybe others will have too. Yeah, in English. In English, Frank. Frank Bird, did you watch Microsoft build? If I had tried that plugin. Let me check what it is. Taking forever to load. So, have you tried the plugin using a notable IO Python notebook? Was very interested for mass data production. Bad typing. Notable.io. Oh, well, I don't know Python. That's good. Hey. Oh, I forgot. Type. I forgot how you say your name again. Damn it. I'm usually better than that. No, I didn't try it. I didn't try it yet. And I don't know Python. I can read Python, kind of, but I didn't wrote a lot of Python. Think of it as a programmer. Oh, good. Well, ChatGPT will have a bunch of connectors and things. That was definitely interesting, right? Fragbird can say MS Build is something that I typically on my radar, giving live in Amazon and Linux land. Yeah, well, .NET. There was .NET. There's well, yeah, I agree. There was .NET. There was a lot of ChatGPT things. There was a lot of Copilot things. Though Copilot, the announcement was really in Power Platform. Well, Power Platform, you can still use it from Linux because most of it is browser based. So it's low code. That's pretty cool, right? But then it's Microsoft. It depends, like, but you're not working at Amazon. You're just working for like a enterprise that use Amazon products, right? Yeah, and the .NET stuff, if you're using .NET, there was a lot of cool stuff coming up in .NET for the next version. Those, like, I saw the prep, so I was involved in reviewing, helping the speakers. I was involved in, I don't know, something between 30 and 40 session. Try to help them, like, improving the session. Try to say, hey, move this slide, remove this, don't too much time on logos and like whatever, like cut that, go to demo first and things like that. So I saw the preview of the .NET, but I didn't watch like the final version. I'm like that. My backpack is full of that. So because, you know, just like you, I had to work. I was not on site. I needed to do stuff. Or consulting, but oh yeah, that's good. That's good. The desktop app requirement to create the connectors for Power BI is a pain. Online. Oh really? Oh, who's subscribing? Toaster Wave. Thank you for the follow. It's really appreciated. Welcome aboard. Feel free to ask any question, react. It's a friendly place. We're having fun. We're learning. The morning for me. All right. Very happy to have you on board. Same for you. The Honda Accord. What if you change car? What will you do? Welcome aboard, Honda Accord. Welcome, welcome. Big change today because I'm working from my Microsoft machine. Usually we're on Linux and we're doing .NET and code and stuff, but today, oh yeah, that was this also. Today we'll be doing Power Platform stuff. Yeah, Gamiora, you say hi. Hello. Hello, hello. You can always use also this.
Bonjour. Hi.
If you want. So I didn't do any connector yet for Power BI. So it needs the Power BI desktop. Is it what you're saying? But I'm sure they will do it. Like I have one of my colleagues who's really focusing on that, Olai. So I will ping him and ask him a little bit more. But yeah, I don't follow a lot. I consume a lot of Power BI, but it's been a while. I was previously I don't know, 5 years ago, very very deep into Power BI. But you know, job make me move away a little bit further than Power BI. So these days I focus less on that, but it's such a great tool. Some connector can be done online, but some require the desktop to set up. Then the connection is posed to the online project. Ah. Okay. Thanks for the follow, Tobo Nautilus. Welcome aboard. Welcome behind my cloud. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I love the connectors. There's a bit effort in connectors, and I think it's something that I really want to kind of tackle. I think I will be my kind of focus in the next week. Expect me to work a lot on that, since as a developer, I have tons of API, create tons of API, and I'm like, it's cool now, developer can build stuff with it, but the citizen developer, you know, people who are using the low code or like the Power Platform, if I make connectors that make them super easy to consume my API and all those apps, and like today we'll play with automation, a little bit like Logic App we did in the past. If you don't know those two things, a little bit like if this then that, you know, like some events happening and then we have some kind of flow to make actions and create other stuff, connect other things. I used to do a lot of this talk and things like that, and integration, really, really helpful. So I think that's the future, and like we'll see more and more of that. And the Power Automate and the connectors, I think that's great. And I saw also at Build they share, I still need to dig to get all the details. I saw one demo of that and I was like, cool, I'm great that everything is following. So in Azure you have the API management, and in API management you can kind of you can manage your API logic, right? But then you could have proxy, you could merge two APIs so look like one, you could define some kind of rule to throttle or manage the access, the how many calls by minutes. You can change a response. You can do so much with that. Provide documentation, so helping people with that. So I'm definitely I want to dig into that. Another thing that was announced at Build is this. Did I not start? This is tiny. Yeah. The dev home preview looks cool. I just like, you know, as soon as Kyla yesterday she was talking about it, I was like, that's so cool. Like as soon as she said it's available in the Microsoft Store, I was like, let's download it. And I was like, cool, let's put some stuff. So like, you know, you could, but right now it's just like very, very, very early stage, but stable. You know, for example, you cannot move the stuff once you install them, but they know that the widget, they call that widget, so they will work on that. In fact, they are really working on that. But that was pretty good. It made me think about in Gitkraken. Can I show? Yeah, I can show that. Come on, come on. In Gitkraken, that's big. Come on. Why not? Okay, make it smaller this way, make it smaller this way. Bring it to this screen, voila. Workspace, and let's move to another workspace. F Bucheros. No, I think I have something better. Oh, yeah, behind my cloud. So, you know, like in Gitkraken, you have beyond, like you have the workspace where you have the team view, where you can see all the open and issue and things and all the repository you have with all the status and all the pull requests, and you can see some stats here to see like if like I'm alone right now, so and I'm not working all the time, but in this tool I feel like this is great. And what's the home dev make me think it was that, hey, thank you for the following, Cesar Sofnika, welcome aboard, welcome behind my cloud. You can continue to be just in the chat if you want, or feel free to ask any question. It's a safe, it's a friendly zone here. We're having fun learning, and eventually we'll start working also. I think I should stop with the coffee. All right. I'm popping off. What does it mean I'm popping off? Hello, everyone. So, Toaster Wave, Cesar Sofnika. I forgot already. It was a Honda Hakar, and Toaster Wave. Did you watch Build? How was your week? Let me know. So many new followers. Ah, okay, that's what you mean. Yeah, that's cool. I love new followers. New friends, always good. So yeah. So that's it for me. I will stop sharing about our build, but feel free. I'm looking forward to any feedback. Did you like it? Did you think it was like dev focus? I hope you think like that. Maybe you thought it was too much marketing. I don't know. I don't feel it was too much marketing. I think it was really dev focused. I was like really informative, straight to the point, showing demo, real demo, live demo. That was pretty cool. Taking Q&A question. That was also great. The way they did. I don't know if you in the session you saw Sturdy Dev. Did you see how they managed to take questions from the chat and the audience? I thought it was pretty cool the way they did it. You're a .NET developer. Awesome. You're a good place. Today, though, it's less code today. We're less focusing on .NET today. I'm building a tool. So usually on this stream, we are on Linux 99% of the time. And we're doing .NET code and like building stuff, leveraging Azure and the cloud. That, you know, I like Azure, so that's why everything is cloudy here. But today it's really behind my cloud, because behind my cloud meaning behind the scene, because today this is my work laptop and I'm doing stuff for real work. So we'll be doing a Power Automate thing. Let me change the to-do. To do done one. Oh no. Oh yeah, because I start. Oh no. Well, distracted by the work, but no, we're mostly a TypeScript shot these days. Oh, that's good too. That's the thing I was hoping to learn, and then I was like, nah, I think I will stick to .NET. Because time, not because .NET is better or worse than TypeScript, just time. Time was the essence of my challenge. So let's head back the stuff so we could track. Should we? To do. Because I start the stream in the text after, so to do add plan of the day, and we'll start it right now. To do start one. Voila, cool. Okay, so plan of the day. So like I said, I'm on my Windows machine, and Windows machine, Microsoft machine. So, and this is, I have a show called Open at Microsoft. I'll put that here. Let me copy paste correctly this note. So I have a show called Open at Microsoft. It's about open source. It's also on YouTube. And we're talking about a bunch of stuff, open source. So you don't see me on screen most of the time, but I'm behind the scene and like making that show happening. And like we're talking, like the episode of this week was about Azure Redis, so pretty cool, open source. Windows Terminal is here. We had Dapper, so .NET developer and like TypeScript. Dapper, pretty cool for any container apps and things like that. Winget, big announcement yesterday at was it yesterday? Yeah, about Winget and the configuration stuff. So we have an episode planned for that. That was pretty cool. Azure Data Studio, we use that many times on the stream. So bunch of the tool we have, like, so all that's pretty cool. And the way we manage that and the way we manage a lot of work internally is by using Azure DevOps. Like we have different work item and things like that. And this is my dashboard. But to get access to this, you need permission, and not everybody has permission. And then, you know, when you, let's go in an episode that is past, I don't want to spoil, introduction Dapper, let's say that's the one. Cool. So, you know, then we have like the description that will go under like the episode, and like the participant. I shouldn't show the email, but the participant and a bunch of stuff, right? So all that information, sometimes for people are less technical, let's say more marketing people or like PMs and stuff like that, being in Azure DevOps and looking for the information, and if they just want to see the like when that will be published or when it will be recorded, it's kind of like a bit too noisy and scary. So my plan today is having a way to export this and bring it to Microsoft Planner. So I don't know if you know this tool. Can I make it bigger and still having it so it looks kind of pretty? That's the biggest I can go. Can I minimize this? Voila, that's not bad. Yay! So much people are lending. Oh, I missed a few say, so saving the JavaScript world. One type of it. I love that. Stick with keeping. Yeah. No, but I was interested because with Jason, we did CB, right? Oh, I did CB alone, but that's using JavaScript, and I didn't use TypeScript. And when that was done, I was trying to add more stuff in it, and it was like, oh my god, it was failing, and I was having issue with the types and things, and I was like, oh, I wish I learned TypeScript. And with Jason, we did try to do the TypeScript and bunch of stuff building the commit to memory game, or like the Stravia stuff. I forgot how, like, I did a typo typing it, and we kept it because we thought it was funny. But we built the game using JavaScript, and at some point I was like, well, we're slow down because we're learning like this concept. We have like all the barrier of the project plus the two languages, the JavaScript and the TypeScript. So I was like, yeah, maybe we should switch. And then everything changed, and like we didn't have time to work anymore on that project. But yeah, no, I think TypeScript is pretty cool. And I like to learn. So I'm not saying I will do a career in TypeScript or JavaScript, but I want to have fun with it. And I've been doing JavaScript for a very long time. Yeah. A very wise words, sorry. Bunch of people landing. Yep. Drops. Let's try. Will I land today? So this is kind of a very high level prototype of what I want to do, and so what I would like to do is having this. So that's a Microsoft Planner. It's part of Office 365 thing. I'm not sure. Like I think it's part of the Office 365. I know. Attention. Matthew Grove is in the house. Follow his stream. Hello, Matthew. So my plan is to export here ADO, Azure DevOps. I'll probably call that ADO a lot because Azure DevOps is very long, to Planner. And Planner will be a read-only. Hey, Matthew. How are you? How are you, Matthew? Nice to see you. Thank you for the bits. That's cool. Thank you. Very appreciated. Thanks.
Fantastic! Oh, fantastic!
Fantastic! I have my mic in my line vision of my stream deck. You would love to learn Azure, but usually work with Google Cloud. That's fine. You could still be a good guy. Just joking. You know, you pick the tool that works with you. Azure is pretty cool. I think it's very accessible. Also, it's been for a long time, like accepting many different technology. These days, Java is just like ramping up super fast. So yeah, so the plan of today is exporting this Azure DevOps, not just this, like Azure DevOps, all the cards, all the work item from a specific subset. So I will be using a query. So in Azure DevOps, you could have queries. I don't want to go there because like I'm part, like the queries I'm using is part of share queries, and share queries mean other queries, and I'm not sure what's showed. So I won't go there if you respect that privacy. But so the result of a query, so we'll do that, and this will then show all the work item, and we'll export that to Microsoft Planner. So this is easy to share and like give access to everybody. So we'll do that, and I will then export it, I don't know, every day or twice a day or something like that. And the goal is to be able to visualize when an episode is published and when an episode is recorded. So in my case, a work item, there's 2 dates. There's the, let me zoom here, zoop. So there's the record date and there's the publish date. So for me, it will be important to have the 2. So I think at some point I will have to duplicate the entry. So we'll have 2 entry inside that. Also, part of it is probably based on the state, I think, of the work item. We'll have to put it, where is it? We'll have to put it, if let's say we go here, we could have it in different, what do they call that again? I forgot how they call it. Group collection, I forgot, columns. So right now I put everything in progress because I did just experiment, like, is it possible to do it? Initially I was hoping to do like a double sync or like some updating instead of like, but then like doing it will request a lot of complexity, and if I try to split, there's limitation apply not to the tool but apply by my enterprise that block me to do that. So I will do it just like one way kind of thing, exporting all the time. So the automate, so we'll be using Power Automate. So Power Automate will delete everything and then we'll export again. Cesar Sofnica, how much do you have to pay to use Azure services? Is the questions for me? So you could be using a lot for free or for just a few pennies. It really depends because you pay. So the answer is really hard to say. It depends on what you're using. There's, I don't know how many hundreds and maybe thousands of product or services in Azure. Like we build here on that stream a URL shortener. That by month costs 10 cents about for me, or like 25 cents. Then like you need to have a domain name, so like a little bit more. But I don't know, if I split, I was like, my domain was like $9 a year. So if I split that by month, it's not very expensive. So like the most expensive part is the domain name, the services. But then like if I was using, I don't know, like some bigger services or like a database and stuff like that, could be like a few dollar. But then that's just for me to having fun. So like I'm always trying to make it super cheap. But if I was an enterprise and making money based with those services, right? Paying, I don't know, like $20, $50 by month, that will still be pretty cheap. So there's way to get the pricing very low, but depending on what kind of services and like the scale of the service you're using, the price will go accordingly. So, but if you want to have like a static web app, it will be free or mostly free. It's true. If you are a student, you could have it for free. Good call, Matthew. Yep, it's true. Always forget that. If you go to azure.com/students, I think. Yeah. It's true. If you're having some MSDN subscription, so often enterprise, what they do, they have MSDN subscription for their developers, so that gives them a lot of licensing for their dev tool, and part of the benefits of that is every developer have an Azure subscription with a renewal credits of depending on like where you live and like the type of like the MSDN subscription they took, could be between like $100 or $200 by month, I think. So pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, pretty cool. And like every time, let's say you're having a VM or a database, if it's for dev and you specify it's for dev purposes, you will pay less. Of course, that will also affect your SLA. So you shouldn't put something in production that is tagged as dev because you will get in trouble. But if it's for real dev purposes, like it's a dev machine, it's a dev database, it's a dev environment QA, like it could be deployed for real in Azure and like having people like testing it, right? So it doesn't need to be fake, but it cannot be production. But it's all dev, you will pay less also. So there's that part. Okay, so this is the plan for today. We'll be using, so I can show like my flow I did, but we'll scratch everything. I think I was called refresh planner what I did. So let me share what I did. It's not pretty though, but that's why I was like, okay, let's have a glimpse of like how things align, and then I will give us a better idea. So what I want to do is something, oh, like that's small. I'm not usually streaming from that machine, so everything is tiny. So yeah, on a schedule, right? Once a day, twice a day. We'll figure that out later. It's not important for us since we'll be triggering it manually. We'll get all the work item. So like I said, I'm using the action that will go and we'll use a query result. So right now, like I said, my query result is open Microsoft, and it's all episode, past and future. So with that, we'll have a collection here of all the work item. So in this one, I was trying to get a match to see if I'm creating and I'm updating, and that make everything very complex. So I think I won't do that. So I think, do I need to whiteboard? I think I won't whiteboard it. I think I will go straight into it. But we'll then create the task. And I think, so yeah, I think we need to wipe it off. And then we need to create it again. So you know what? Let's do that, and we'll work by iteration, right? You know, let's have some fun. Whiteboarding. We're not whiteboarding here. We're just like, we're doing it directly. Production work straight to. Oh, okay. So like, yeah. So for a web app, you have like, if you're working, yeah. So for .NET, you have access to every services. .NET is of course very welcome, has many different languages in Azure, but if it's a web app, you could go with PaaS, so deploying a web application, and you're pushing your code. You could do it straight from the registry, from GitHub or Azure DevOps or Git or whatever where your code is, and deploy it with a CI/CD. Kind of easy to do, honestly. Even if you create from the portal, they will ask you, hey, is your code in Git? And like, which one? And then you connect it. It will create the pipeline for you and like inject it. So that's pretty cool. And you could have different slots, so that when you release a new version, you could specify, hey, I want the dev slot, and you have like sharing the resource, and then they just swap. So like the deployment of the new version is like immediate, no landing. So you could do that. You could go with static web app. That's free for now. So depending on like what kind of website you're like, if you're doing, I'm thinking about the Blazor WebAssembly, you could go there, or like I said, the web web app. You could go container app if you want. I use that more and more recently. I'm having fun with containers and things like that. And the beauty of that is when you're not using it, you could even turn it off. So no cost, because you only pay for what you use in Azure. You could use Azure Function. That's pretty cool. Azure Function, you pay by the second you use it. So if your function or API is running for 5 seconds to get you the information, like give me all the product, and like a few milliseconds after you get the answer, you'll pay for 1 second, and you get 10,000 calls for free and like by month and stuff like that. So like Azure Function is pretty cheap to very budget friendly. So like that's how like my URL shortener, it's using Azure Function. That's why you could do that. What else could you do? So yeah, like in the web app, you could also have container. If you're running in a container, you could have the container app, web app. You could create a VM and deploy it, but like it's a little bit big. I think you have other options if you are in .NET. That will be much simpler. Yeah, and after that, depending on where is your data, is it a flat file, is it a thing like that, you could have so many different data source, and the data source doesn't even need to be in Azure. It could be somewhere else. Yeah. Okay, so let's create a new Power Apps. Not Power Apps, Power Automate. Right? That's a flow. So we'll create a flow. So I'm in the Power Platform. So Power Platform is low code or less code, because I think there's still code. And there's different flavor. I did recently the PL900. It's kind of the Power Platform fundamental. And there's a few different flavor of Power Automate. Power Automate is built on top of Logic App. Logic App is a thing that is running in Azure. It's an integration tool. I did many different things that I've been using that since Logic App exists. So right now, the one we want is the automated cloud flow that will be triggered, like I said, on a schedule for us. But you could even do desktop flow, and that's pretty cool. For example, if you want to move file, connect to a website, do different things. So it's running on your desktop, and it's repeating whatever click you did on the schedule or something like that. So I think that could be pretty cool. Okay, so we'll create an automated flow. We'll say export ADO to planner. Export ADO. Trying to be explicit, because since after that I want to share that to my coworker, so maybe I will have different flavor. So export ADO is not exact, so it's export ADO open at Microsoft to planner. Should I say MS Planner? Let's go MS Planner. Good. Choose the trigger. So when do we want the flow to get started? It will be on the schedule. Can I just... What? Did I pick the wrong category? Let's go here. Did I pick the wrong one? Oh, schedule flow. Oh, okay, so here I can do, and this one is already kind of, let's do that one. Cool. I knew I was like, yeah, that feels like Okay, so starting, we don't care for now. We'll fix that, but definitely not every minute. Let's say once a month, so it's not running and like, you know, generating error on my side. Well, we can trigger it manually anyway. So let's create that.
Go now! Don't drop the banana! Why not? Good source of potassium!
Okay. But let's go here instead, like getting you closer. Okay, so we have the recurrence. So what do we want to do is, I think we'll have to come back and add like variable, but for now, let's get all the tasks and delete them. So we'll do a task. So the way it works is we're trying to get a connector. So here I will go and search for planner. So here I have planner. Add an action for planner. Got it. So do you want to create a task? Do you want, nope, I would like to delete the task. So delete task. I think that's specific. So let's see if I can have something like delete everything. So I could do get all tasks and then loop through to delete them. List the task. Looks like I will need to buckets. The columns are called buckets. It's true. So we'll have to have this, I think, and match with some variables to see like the state in ADO. Where is the bucket? We'll have that. I don't want to hard code it, so I will probably use variables so it's customizable for others. So I think list plans for a group. List tasks. I think we want to list the task. Yeah. So this will give us all the task. Do we have a scope or something like that? If I look, do I have scope? Control. Scope control. So yeah, I'll move this here. Can I do this? Cool. The scope here, we'll call that cleaning. So scope cleaning. The reason why I want to do that is because here I'm getting all the tasks, but maybe later, like we'll have a task collection and I'm referencing some ID, and I want to make sure like there's no conflict. So by doing in the scope, I'm sure that whatever is inside stay inside. And since this is just like we're cleaning up everything, I think we'll be good. So task, we need to specify a group. So if I go here, I need to go and I will go see open at Microsoft. So here is my group. Let me know if it's too small for you, by the way. Cool. So now the plan ID. So the plan, you know, it's a planner. So plan ID is this. So I have one created called open at Microsoft. I only have one. That's great. So now I have this. So this lists all the tasks. Should I rename that? We could say task to delete, get task to delete. I heard task to delete. I landed. That's cool. Yay! I made it. Yay! You know, yay! Oh, nice. I should do. Yay! Yay! Okay, so now we have all the tasks. So what we want to do is delete them. So again, we'll call the planner. I wish it was like recently used kind of, so planner, and now I want to delete a task. So we'll do this. And I was asking for the task ID. So the beauty of doing it in Power Automate is when I click here, I have a context menu. Is it context menu? Dynamic menu? I forgot how they call that. If I click here, I have this thing here, dynamic content. And here it say, hey, what value from the previous call? So it could be like if I had like a HTTP trigger or something like that, where like it's my automate, my flow is called by a HTTP call or something like that. I could have parameter getting in. So every step above this one in time, I will get it in my dynamic content. And right now, as you can see, is straight, like get all the tasks. So obviously I'm expecting to have more, but right now I didn't set any loop, right? And here I will say delete task. And when I will pick, so here I have all the value. It's a little bit small. If I go here, like I have all the value. So like, okay, the start time and everything. And here I have the ID, and it's the ID of the task. I should have scrolled just a tiny little bit better. But after I click that, Power Automate will detect that, hey, there's a potential to have many of that thing. So we'll create a loop for us. So if I click here, see now, apply to each the value, and it delete the stuff, passing the value. So now I just create a loop that will delete everything. And let's rename that. And one of my big tip will be to rename as much as you can those things so it makes sense for you later. Let's save. Okay. So now if we look, based on a schedule, we have a scope, and it will get all the tasks and delete them. And if I run that, we saved it, right? Yes, flow as save. So now if I test it, I could say, yeah, I want to run manually. And then I could test it, say run the flow. So now what I'm expecting, we'll see it running. So that's the beauty of it. Also, you could debug and you could see the information pass. So we'll dig into that after. I'm having the sun tapping in my office. It's wonderful though, but it make sometime me having, maybe I'm just getting old. Sometimes it's warmer, or maybe I need a less warmer hoodie. Oh, like Satya hoodie was pretty. You know, when you did you see Satya hoodie on the opening keynote of Build? That hoodie looked just amazing. Okay, so all the tasks have been done. So here, get all the task, input, the output. So here I have all the input value, right? And it's a JSON stuff. So here, the beauty of it also is you could go and you could check the raw output if you prefer. Let's go here. So you could say, okay, I wanna make action, or I want to manipulate stuff, right? We'll just go scroll back again in the body instead. Let's go take this one and zoom. So I have the plan ID, which ID what it was, the bucket, the title. I have the start time, I have the priority. So all those things, that's the ID. That's probably what will be or passing later on the other action. All the things. So we see everything here, all the properties. So that's pretty good, because then you could decide when you're later down, say, okay, like I know I have this property and things like that. So you could interact with it. So having that to visualize what's coming up, that's pretty good. In the delete task, we see here we have a loop. So apparently I had 64 tasks. So I delete. If I expand this, I will see like the task ID was this and the output. It's a JSON output. And if we go back here and I refresh, do I need to refresh? Should I? Is it automatic? I don't know. I didn't play enough with that. Oh, not all the tasks are. Interesting. We didn't see. I don't need that. We didn't see any error though. Interesting. Okay. So there's 3 tasks. There's 3 tasks that have been not deleted. Why? Okay, that's the thing we'll have to make sure we're tracking, right? Music is smooth today. Oh, I think I cannot use that music, but when I was prepping the stream, I was using the playlist from Build. Did you know it's available online? Let me go on my Twitter account. I shared that. Where is it? Here. If you're interested, so the playlist exists on Spotify, but I was not sure if I could use it for license purposes. So like that's why I'm using. I'm still on lo-fi for streaming. Okay, so except for those 3 tasks, but I did mess around a lot with this thing, so I'm not sure in which state I let it. So it delete everything. So first part of our flow is working properly. So cleaning scope. So now we want to build all the tasks. We'll create a new step. And now I want to go in Azure DevOps. I want to get all the tasks from my query. I want to get the result of a query in Azure DevOps. So Azure DevOps, we'll search Azure DevOps. I have it here, right? So now I have only the actions for Azure DevOps, and it's required to have a premium subscription. That's why the premium is here. But since I'm in my dev environment, it's fine for now. And I want to create, nope, I want to, nope. I want, I pass it, create queue, send, update, get query result. That's the one I want. Sorry, it's really small. Huh? Get query result. That's the one I'm looking for. In Azure DevOps, I create a query so I could have like all the filter I wanted. And the goal of using that is it will make it after very easy, because someone, let's say you want a different subset of work item inside ADO. You just come in, you create a copy of that, and then you just change the query and you will have a different result, right? You could also change the destination. So organization, for me, it will be the DevRel. Project name, it's Learn TV, because the show is for Learn TV. And then I need to go in all the queries. So it's from the share query, and it's for the show specific query. I need to go and open up Microsoft, and I want all tasks, all episodes, sorry. So I, like you said, like I have many different, I was having fun and having with the Sync Studio, Syncfusion component. I built a tool like a very cool calendar, or I think it was called a planner. So you could visualize on a calendar all the things, and it was really great, honestly. And I could have it like sync both and like having, it was great. But that means I needed to host it and then to customize it, like someone else need to have also .NET skills and everything. But it was very smooth, and that was the same idea where I was like, hey, running a query and things like that, and I was using the tags to filter and group and things. Oh, that was pretty cool. But I think the low-code solution will be easier to share. I think for sharing part, this solution we're building today it's much better. Okay, so open at Microsoft, all episode. That's what I want. That's great. Let's change that for get all ADO work item. Yeah. Cool. So now we have all the work item. So we want to create a task. Yeah, let's do it by iteration, right? So we'll do that, and then okay, yeah. So we'll create a task, and then after that we'll decide where to put it, and like we'll split it and things like that. So we'll do a bunch of iterations. So at each point we're having something that is working. So now I have all the work item. I know I didn't do a scope because I wanted to isolate the cleaning scope. I'm not sure I need another scope, but I could have done that. We'll see if I need one. I could move the task inside. So now what I want to do is go back with the planner. And again, I wish they could remember, like, you know, recent use. That would be great instead of having me typing all the time. Oh yeah, all. So now I want to create a task. So here I have all the property. Can I make it bigger? Okay, so now group ID, we already know I need to go and pick the open at Microsoft. Am I going too fast? You're pretty quiet, Cloudies. Maybe I'm alone. Nobody's watching anymore. Okay, so identify. No, still a few people playing the game. Excellent. So now we identify where we want to create. So now, what would be the title of this? I think I would like to have between parentheses the ID of the task. Hey, congrats, Yulen. Tithe Twitch. So I want something like you know, 1 2 3 and then space and the title. So what I will do, I'll do this. Oh, format your data. Select the parameter you provide and inject. That's exactly what I want. So I want the ID. Boom. Cool. I want the ID and space and then the title. Voila. So that will be the title of my task. That's great. Oh, I have it like this. Is it because I'm full zoom? Oh, that's okay. I will zoom just a little bit less. If you want to see, let me know, and I will zoom back in, or I will use my zoom it tool. Just because I prefer having it on the side, but I want you to be able to see everything. 80 is a pretty good score, eh? So what's the stats today? So scores. No, it was score. Frank, can you not type correctly? So you're you're leading in terms of like real person. After that, it's all digital friends. It's pretty good. Better than me. If you want to see your stats, you could go and do stats, and you will see your like how many times you try, your best score, and stuff like that. Okay, so now we created the title, the bucket. Let's put them all in progress for now. Okay, we'll have fun later, but for now, like I said, now I have 2 dates. I think I want to put the starting date, the start date. I will put the work item. But that's the thing. Yeah, that's it. So here, I don't have all the properties. Oh, see more? Yeah. I don't have all the properties. But I think I have start date. So I think that worked good. But I think we'll need to do like a get detail. But let's do start date for now. Oh, just once. The due date on the oh yeah, like let's do that. Let's try this. The due date will be the on demand publish date. And let's try to make them blue. So true if the task has green category. So it's not yes, it's true. Okay. Priority. I don't think we add priority right now, so we'll leave it like this. Cool. So if we save this, we should create everything. Oh, see, and apply to heat. So yeah, let's rename that. Loop all work item items. Let's save it. Saving, and we'll try to run it. Got a meeting coming up. Enjoy your weekend, everyone. Same for you, Fragbird. Have a nice weekend. Let's run it. And I have more I want to do, but for now, let's see if this works, and we'll, like I said, we'll go by iteration. So it looks like it's all done. If we go back here, I don't know how often this is refreshed, but let's refresh. Boom. Okay, something is wrong. Blue. So it created the tag blue. Oh. Okay, and this didn't work. That's weird. That's weird. So if we look, the step here, so if I expand this, open at Microsoft, title was empty. Okay, did I do something wrong? Let's go and edit. So here, I want the ID, and here I want the title. Why was not working? So, true if the task has a green category. So we could put, I don't know, tags in there. Also, the publish date, did it work, the dates? Look like the output didn't work as I was expecting. What's happening? Okay. Value? It's weird, right? One thing, so let's try to make, I don't know why this is not working, so let's save again and try again. I clean up no more blue and stuff. Let's try again. And after that, we'll have to get the details and also go update the details for that specific task. So I wonder why it was like acting like that. Ah, that looked like, yeah, all the tasks. Okay, that looks legit. Cool. Okay, so now we have it. And now you have it. So like the ID and the title. Great. So now let's refresh this bad boy. Voila! Yay! Yay! Okay, that's great. But, and if we click one, did we have a date? Start time. Looked like the date didn't follow properly. We'll have to set up that correctly. But one thing I would like is to be able to link the node back to this. So I want to add the link, and to get the link and probably like the tags and a few other things, I think I will need to get the detail. So let's go back and edit. So now we did, so yeah, so start date, let's put it back start date. Not sure start date is what I want. Yeah, I think it's, I don't know, start date. If I zoom here, the field is called start date. So I'm having the good field for the start date. Okay. So this is good. Let's save it. So now I want to go and add that link and get more properties. So again, we're in the loop, right? We are in that gray square here. So we'll add an action and will be an Azure DevOps action. Voila, come on. Now I want to get the details. create, no, queue, no, send, update, get query result, get work item children, because you could have some kind of hierarchy. I'm not interested in that. Work item detail, that's what I want. So let's click on this one. So organization name, it's the same. I need to put that again. It was DevRel. Voila. Project name was Learn TV. Work item type. Oh, interesting. So for this one, I'm working with episodes. Okay, so that's one thing I will need to change. Okay, and the work item ID, I have this because I'm in that loop, right? So if I go here in my dynamic content, I'll zoom just a little bit less. Can I collapse this if I do this? No. I want the, so from, it's small, right? So from my action, because I told you, right? So that's why it's important to rename, because sometimes you have multiple steps and like maybe, you know, set variables and like have tens of them. It's like, which one I need? So that's why naming is important. So I know from this, I want the ID because I'm looping. So right now I will, since I'm part of the loop, ID is my current item. So I will pick this one, right? To prove you that I am right now, if I mouse over, can I show this and zoom? No. Let's go and peek. So also you could always peek to the code. So right now, if I look, you know, that's my input. So like a flow, just like Logic App, it's a big JSON file. It's just a JSON file that describe all the connectors and like the actions and like the integration, right? It's an integration tool. So I say, okay, yeah, use this, and the parameter, I pass this, and my ID here, we could say that it's using the item from loop this. So it's just like when you're looping and having a variable like your current. So items is the name of my stuff, and I will be passing the system ID of the current item in my loop. And authentication, that's the beauty of it. It's done over there. So cool. So, and the way to see the code is if you expand that little 3 dots button here, you have the option P code, P code just here. You could specify change the order if you want to move not. You can add notes, add comments. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, so now I have the details of that work item. I think I'm good with this title. So now what I want to do is I create a task, and as you can see in the task, like I didn't have a lot of like properties, right? It was really kind of just the header. So now what I want to do is update the details of that specific task. So I will again add a new task. We'll search for planner. Should I say it every time? Maybe I should say it every time in case they watch the stream eventually. I'm dreaming, right? I'm daydreaming. Is it daydreaming we say? I'm daydreaming if they're watching, but I wish you could show me the one I recently used. Planner. And I want to go and update. So there's update task, and there's update task v2 preview, and there's update task details. Want update task details. Maybe that's not what I want. Let's try update task. Let's update task v2 preview. Look like I need that other one. Okay. Maybe I missed one? Not Anner, Planner. Okay. So create task, add task assign, create bucket, delete task, get a task, get plan details. Oh, that's interesting. Get task details, list buckets, list my task, list no, list remove, update a task. But we want the details. I think that's the one we're looking for, unfortunately. So the task ID. So the task ID is coming from create, right? So if I go here and I say custom value, now from my dynamic content, far over there, I will scale until I see green stuff. Now, because I have all the details, we can see that I have way more data, context data from the Azure DevOps, right? Blue was identified as Azure DevOps. So here, get work item. So I have more. Create task. That's what I'm looking for, right? Create task was the task I had before. So I want the ID because I'm sure when I created the task, that connector returned me the ID. So I should find the ID in there. So there it is. Right, so I will click that. So the work item I create earlier, now I'm getting it back because I want to update the details of that specific one. So we'll click this here. The description, I don't want to change anything. Description, yeah, that's the thing I want to change, right? Yeah, I think description, yeah, this is where I want to change stuff here. So description, I would like to put the URL of ADO. Now I know that from the work item, there's a URL. Okay, oh, I should have done that, URL. But this was not the URL I was looking for. So I just filter by URL. And so we have multiple property with URL, like, you know, URL where we're sharing the stuff because I want to be able to know this work item was published on, this is the YouTube place, or on Learn, Microsoft Learn. So I'm having a bunch of different URL, and I thought yesterday in my preview, my trial, that this was the work item because URL of the work item. But then when I tried that, it was wrong. So I think I will try it, but I'm 99% sure we'll have to change what it is. But I want to see the other. So URL of the work item again. So there's two of them. Interesting. Okay, so you know what? Let's do... Whoops. So, I'm cheating. I'm trying to see, you know, what do we need? So URL 1 and URL 2. I feel like it's the same thing. So here it's get item from body URL, and here it's not the same value. It's not coming from the same part. We'll see where you go. Alias, don't think I want to do checklist title. I don't think I want to add anything. I think we're good for now. If I can have that, that would be good. I mean, here, let's put some, maybe, you know, yeah, let's do that for now and see if that follow. I think also I may move the get details up, because in the details, maybe we could have the tag. So let's move this. No, I want to move this higher. Okay, so for each one, I start by getting the details. So now here, can I go in, let's say, blue? Do I have, like, I don't know, the tags or something like that? So board, what? Let's do, can I say test here? Okay, it needs to be true or false. Interesting. So priority, I had the priority, right? No? I thought I saw priority. So get work item details, yeah. So I'm assuming it's expecting a number, and if like it's returning a string, that's why I don't see everything, because I clearly only have here a subset of the stuff, right? Yeah, I think it's expecting a number, and that's why I don't see it, because maybe the priority is like a string value. Yeah. So if priority is important, we'll have to manipulate that earlier. Is there anything we can add now? I think we'll give it a try to see if we have the URL and which URL is good. That will be like our first part. So we'll save it. Oh, Blazer, Mr. Magoo, did it work? No, I'm assuming, because, but it's a good idea. I like the idea of, like, so let's start a test, and then I will drop using your method, your framework. So let's go drop, and then that emoji. Do I have it? Was it the Twitch default emoji, or it's a keyboard emoji? I don't see it. Meeting is over. Please restart the stream. Nah, I'm not clicking that button because, you know, but we made great progress. Happy to have you back. Sorry, Dev. Fragbird left us for the weekend. Lucky for him. Cool. So we should have a new version of our stuff. So let's refresh. So now if I open one, excellent. We have the two. Who landed? Who landed? Bunch of Mr. Magoo, you landed. 4085. I think you're leading today. Copper Bird, 64. Pretty good. Oh, so it looks like it's the same. Yeah. So those ID. So Azure DevOps, this part is good. This, I think it's wrong. this is for, I forgot what it is, what it means. I think it's like the way you query things. I forgot what's the acronym for. Then work item this. So I think this part here is wrong. If I click on that, the result, that's not what I'm expecting. I definitely don't want to send people that are not technical to that. And even for my manager who's technical, like for him, like he wants to land here where he could edit, because we keep in mind that this thing is read only, right? So I think we'll have to adjust that. So I think we could, so a work item, this is the work item. This is the thing I want. Let's zoom. So this is what I want. So I wonder if I could have like this part without having to type, and this we can hard code, and this will be the ID in the loop. I wonder, so we have an ID, can we strip it? But I wonder if we have just like that part, because we have another ID, we could like, you know, manipulate to just keep that part from the ID, not the ID, but the URL we have, right? So let's go here. Let's open VS Code. So I could just copy paste a few things. Boom. So this is our destination. Right? Let's make it bigger. Boom, boom. Come on. So that's what we want. What we have is this. We know we have this. So like all that beginning here, that's good. Though we don't have Learn TV. Okay, but I wonder if I have that. So if I go back in my history, when I get... So the output. I don't think I have it. Do I have, let's say, search for learn? Yeah, I don't have it. Okay, so it's not part of that return, but do I have it in the, like the, when I get a detail? So show raw output. So I have this part. Yeah, look like I don't have it. Okay, so I don't have it from the output, but here and there, that's two things I have. Right, that's exactly what I want. Kind of. I think we'll have to have a variable. Yeah. Okay. So I think we'll have to declare a variable. So let's have an action here. We'll say init, and we'll initialize a variable. The name of our variable will be ADO URL. It will be a string. I think it will be ADO base URL. Yeah, ADO base URL. And that will be this. Right? Here, one thing I need to be careful is, like, I don't have a forward slash. I don't know if in an API controller, yeah, like web, yeah, not sure what it means. Sorry, Dev, but so here, like, I don't know if there's tools in those connector to manipulate URL when you're in code in .NET. I know you have like, yeah, URL, and like it figure by itself if it needs to have a slash. So if I treat that as a string because there was no URE, I need to make sure, hey, do I have a train? Like, so we'll have fun here, I think. Or we need to say, hey, be aware, you need to put like this. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, so now back here, in the update task, what we want is, oh, maybe there is a URI. What's expecting URI string? Require the URI. Return the path from the URI. If the path is not returned, then okay, that's cool. What else do you have? Component, host, path query, port query, URL, data URI, decode, encode. What are you expecting here? Value, required a string. Yeah, no. Okay, so we'll have to treat that as a string.
Alright!
Oh, thank you for the new follow? What? Oh yeah, Cliff! Cliff just followed. Thank you for the following. Welcome aboard. Welcome behind my cloud. So yeah, so we want to have our variable, so ADO base URL. And I think I will assume here that we have a forward slash. And then we'll add the part that we're missing. This. And then I need to add the work item ID. So if I do ID, and I want from the details this. Right? let's see. Will this work? Drum roll. What do you think? Will it work or not?
I got a bad feeling about this.
Come on. Come on. Don't be like that. Let's be positive. It will work. It will. I know it will. Done. Just like, yeah. 65. That's pretty good. Come on. Cool, 24 seconds. So if we refresh. Oh, yeah. It's working much better. So we just need to be careful with the initial thing. Okay, cool. So now, so the beauty of it now is if I go on schedule, I will have everything with starting date. So starting date for me means it is when we record. But I would like to also see when they were published. So I think for that, I will need to create another one. And that's special for Open at Microsoft. So I'm wondering, should I create like a if or something like that? Hey Matthew, was nice to have you on the show. See you next time. Have a good meeting. And thank you for the bits. This is awesome. Thank you. Really appreciate the bits. Thank you for the bits. Have a great weekend. I hope you can go outside a little bit. Yeah, so do we want some, oh, and see, I didn't change that initialize value, so let's change it to make it obvious. So real initialize ADO base URL. Cool. So do we want some kind of I think we want that, having this as a boolean to identify go deeper. Yeah, we'll do that. So we'll create another action. We'll create another init. I'm the type of, like, my style in those flow is having a bunch of variables at the beginning to help clarify everything later. So this time what should I say? Duplicate task or sibling task? Create publish task? Create related task. Can I put spaces? It will be a boolean, and by default for me, at least right now, it will be true. Oh, and like instead of doing this, go in expression, and I will say through, like this. And here, initialize, and it's a variable, so in my mind, it make more sense if there's no space. So sorry if you like it with, like it this way. Cool. So now we have a variable. So here in our loop, The next task will be a condition. So if create related task is true is equal to true, we will create that other task, meaning like this is when it will be published. Okay, so now what we need to do is create another planner I want to create another. So task so again, group ID, DevRel, no, open at Microsoft. Voila. Here, plan ID, open at Microsoft. Title. I think we go with the same title, though how do we know it's the publish? Maybe we put this. Now we want the work item ID and the title. The bucket is definitely in done. No, it's not done. For now, let's just put it in a different one. We'll say plan. And the due date. Yeah, we'll put here the 2 dates. So the start date will be the publish date, right? So yeah, so let's make sure. So on-demand publish date and the due date is also the on-demand publish date. I think we want yellow or some kind of flag to express, and I don't want red. Red mean like, in my mind, red mean like, yeah. Yellow is also kind of, maybe it's green. Yeah, maybe it will be better if it's green. So custom value, expression, true. Okay, so here we change that for create publish task. Right? So now we have that. We still need to have the okay, so here we have the create task. Here we have update task. So here we still need to put that URL. Right? So we still need to do that. So let's go again with the planner. I have the planner here. So we want to update, it was the last one, right? Update task details. Excellent. So the task ID is, we need to be careful here because we start to have multiple stuff. So create, publish, that task, that's the one we want. So that's why naming is important. I told you. Naming is the key. Told you. Listen to Uncle Frank. So here we'll say Azure DevOps URL. And then we have the ADO base. Then we have this part of the URL. And then we have the ADO ID. This one. Voila. And here we could change the name of that, saying update publish task. Publishing? Publish or publishing? What's English? I think it's publishing, right? Or both? What's proper English? I need you, Claudies. You know me. Creating publishing task or publish task? I'll keep it this way because it's less letter. But let me know. I'm counting on you. English is flexible. Either okay. Thank you, Mr. Magoo. I knew I could count on you. I like it. Thank you. Thank you a lot. I very appreciate it. I'm serious. I appreciate it. Okay. So if we have this, it will create the published task. I'm expecting a little green things in it. So I think we have enough now to give it a try. So let's save. And let's run. Hey, Mr. Magoo, did you watch a little bit of Microsoft Build? Or do you want to share anything about your week? It was a good week for me. Still have a lot of build video to watch, but it was a good week. Oh, and I'm over time. You know what? Let's go a little bit over. It's total work related. I can bust my usual time, right? As you are referring to the publish task, I was thinking it doesn't need to ing on publish. If you update it, it's optionally okay. Cool. Thank you for the clarification. I watched some of the build, but it was a bit too super. It's a bit too super excited for me in general. I pick and choose later. Yeah. There was a lot of great announcements, I feel. There was a lot of Copilot things. I feel like that will help us. Ooh, like it's taking way longer, right? 1 minute. Can I be more efficient? Well, I'm creating, so it was taking 24 seconds previously, but now we're creating double of no, it's not true, not double, because not all tasks, let's say double. Let's assume like all task has a plan for a publish date, and it's not true. Is it true? Yes, it's true. All of them have a publish date. It's the recording that is not necessarily done. So show that anyway. Let's open this. So I ran. Took how long? A minute. Let's refresh. That's cool. I see two colors. I don't know why it's red. We asked for green and it's red. So if we look in the board, so we see the plan, pretty cool, with the little celebration, right? Woo woo, publishing. And we see the task here, kind of. I wish we could have color here. Can we have color here? Maybe if we change this, it will change. How can I have color? Maybe it doesn't support color. I'm too used to the Git Kraken board. Or Trello. I think Trello also have that. But I did try Trello a few times and I know it's great, but it was not working for me. Hide feature recurring task. Oh, that's cool. So here I have both, and if I expand now, I have this. Yay! And yeah, we had to green. Green. Wow. Okay, so it's a label. So maybe we need to add more label. They are called label. And assign. I wonder if I'm not sure we'll be able to assign people to that because I'm not sure if like people the same ID will make sense. So maybe I don't know how I will do that. We can try this. That's good. Okay, so we could check for the label, add more label. I have tags on the ADO side, right? I have tags here. So that could be cool to add as label. So let's do that. Like I'm mentally trying to see if there's things we can bring. Oh, wait a second. Can I? Or do I have something? No, I still have time. Yeah, let's go for another hour. Another hour. Oh no, it was more. Okay, too many people talking at the same time. Let's do another hour, but at my noon I will need to stop because I will probably need a bio break. I drank 2 cups of coffee, a lot of water, but also I have a meeting and 3 recording today of Data Studio. So so let's try to see if we can bring this. Another thing that could be cool is maybe try to change based on the state. Based on the state. Let me just bring this. Let me bring this here. Want to go queries. Cool. Just afraid because like it's my work machine. I want to make sure I'm not showing too much information. So I think we will have the tags. And I wonder, so state, if it's not new, I could say in progress or something like that. And if it's done, I could set it to done, right? So not started will be new, in progress will be anything else, and complete will be this. I wonder how we'll, so let's give it a try with like a, yeah, that would be fun. Let's go and edit. So when I do this, first, why it was red? Maybe because it was in progress? I don't know. Okay. I don't see label. Oh, like, so that's the task. Okay, so if I go in the details, do we see the task? So reference alias. Reference resource link, type, reference alias, okay. Checklist. Add new item, add new item. Switch to input entire array. Checklist. How do like how can I set labels? Can I? Maybe I can't. Let's go check the docs. The documentation. It was called label. So if I do a search for label, if I can spell it correctly, label, look like there's none label on this page. So apparently we can't. That's sad. Well, it's a good call. I will have a look. The reason why, it's because when we look here in the UI, you know, like if I look here, say label your sorry. If I zoom, it doesn't show, but it say edit label name of green. But let's look for tags. You're right. You're totally right. Have Instagram. That's not what I'm looking for. Percentag. E. Yeah. Well, look like I'm assuming like we could define all those and assigning them. So let's say I define the label. Oh, was there an action? Oh, that's the thing. So you could define your label. So if I edit my label, oh, okay, is there a way? So let's add an action at the end. And I will go in the planner. So create task, assign task, create bucket, delete task, get task detail, list bucket. We'll probably need that because we'll need the ID of the bucket. List my task, list plan group, list task, assign update task. So even the label, but my guess is if we define that as here and we say published. So now for everyone having a green one, it will be set as published, but you need to do it kind of. It needs to be done like in your planner, but it's not too bad. So you could define your stuff and like then we could align. Let's give it, so like in the rerun, let's see if like all the tasks are published. So now I'm assuming like if I open another one, so that one doesn't have any label, but that one has publish. I didn't open the same one, right? Yeah. So now every time I say green, in fact, it means publish. Like, yeah, but I didn't have any action here, right? Like a template entry. Yeah, so like I wish, like, you know, I didn't have any. So one thing I would like, I think, to do now, this bucket, well, I will keep that one here because I know we'll need it, so we'll have it. Can I open? Can I view filter? Yeah, cool. We'll need that later, but yeah, not in the loop. Could go do that outside the loop. Okay, so what I want to do now is set if a task is not started, in progress, or completed. Okay, so I think for that, and we had access to that, right? We had access. Did we have access to that? Priority, no. Why I saw that? Was it in the detail? I don't see that either. How can I change that? I thought I saw that. I couldn't put email here. Do I have the email? Work detail. ID, actual, attach, edit, estimate, Apple iteration, number of video, parent, count, have, upload, watermark, URL, create date, activation date, anticipate platform, assign to name and email. Oh yeah, that's what I want. Email. Okay, so then it's a bunch of color: pink, red, yellow, green, blue, purple, line, aqua, blah 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 blah, orange, peach, teal, lavender, plum, light, and then priority. So I don't see that here, and here looks like it's just, I feel like something is missing here. I feel like something is, like, there's something I'm not getting. Update task, that's deprecated. That's not the one we want. Update task detail. So description, alias, resource link, the type of title is checked. I feel like we'll provide some feedback. Say, hey, oh, progress, update task. Isn't what we are doing? Progress. Why don't I have that? So I create the task. Oh my god. So I create a task. And I have some feature. And then when I update the task, I could put the progress. Progress of the task. Assign to a user. Remove assign user. Start date. Due date. And it's a string. Yeah, not started. it's a string. Update task. So I didn't pick the good update task. Update task. Was it 2 update tasks and we didn't pick the good one? I don't remember that. Come on. So there's the create and preview. There's the create normal. There's the add assignee to task. There's the create bucket. There's delete task in preview. There's the get task. There's the get plan details. Oh, could I? Maybe we need to check this. Maybe I could. Oh, no. Get is just to get information. That's not what I want. Oh, can I? Well, we could check what we have from there, but I'm not sure it will be useful. Get task detail. List bucket. List my task. List plans for a group. List task. Remove assign from task. Update task. Update task v2. Oh, did we pick the wrong one? Percentage. Completion percentage task. So we need to change that. So we need the ID. We're not touching at the task. We're not doing the date. Bucket, let's keep it the same so we don't touch that. Interesting. So an update task. Oh yeah, update task. An update task detail. Oh no, I need to do like so many calls? Seriously? Maybe we don't want that. Oh. Let's put 50. Nah, I would like to have some kind of That's a lot of calls though. Because yeah, now I get it. Like it's not part of the details. It's the task. The section cannot be dragged because I depend on something. So now I'm not depending on anything. Let's move you here. Task ID is from create a task. I want the ID. And okay. Let's create a variable. I feel that would add too much complexity for what it is. What do I want to do? Let's just add, yeah, let's just add, because I would like to see different, if I put 50. Let's see what it does. What else can we do? So here we update the task. And it's just this. So next thing will be like the bucket thing. So we have the list of buckets. And we'll have to put some kind of assignment. So let's create a task. Let's mess around. So init, and there will be bucket new ID. And it will be a string, I think. We'll rename that to be initialize this. What? Rename. Okay. Yes. Value 0, 0, 0, 0. And let's create another one. And this one will be the bucket in progress ID. It's a string, and it's also 0, 0, 0 at this time. Cool. So here we have the list of buckets. So now we need to set the bucket. Oh my God, how can I do that? Whoops, I need to change this. Initialize bucket in progress. ID. Oh yeah, well. How can I set this? I want to do a set, but I think before I will need to get the ID. So I need to loop through. How can I do that without code? That's like the thing I want to do is a set or assign. Let's do variable. So in variable, you can set a variable. And the name, let's say I want the bucket new ID. Now I want from the list is when the name is matching this. So I need to have a condition. So it means I need to loop. But I don't want to loop all this. Well, yeah, I could loop all. Just feel like it's become, you know. Okay. Apply to each. So from list the bucket, the name, right? For each name. What? Oh, I have two loops. Let's delete this. Let's delete this. Okay. We'll create a condition. So, oh, I have a switch. That would be smarter. So I'm looking through the name. So switch, in case it's equal to new, then I want to set variable, set variable. I want to set the variable new to the property ID. And I think that should be the default. If I'm adding another one, yeah, I think, yeah, let's do this. Yep. Default. Default will be the new. Variable, set variable, bucket ID, it equal to, oh, I don't know. Okay, in case it's in progress. In progress or plan? In progress. In progress. And then let's move this task here. Can I? Yes. Cool. In progress, we want the ID. Okay. That feel very complex for what I want to do, but whoops. Okay. So let's change this. So now for each, we'll try to assign those 2 at least. We should name everything. First time in the chat, Eggs Digest. It's your first time? I thought, or maybe you have a similar name. Welcome aboard. Welcome under Behind My Cloud. Okay, so we're doing that. So now we'll need another variable that will be the current step. Yeah. Let's initialize another variable. And we'll call that target bucket. And it's a string. And the value will be the value of new by default. Maybe we should initialize it later. Yeah. Here. So at least it's initialized with like a real value. So now we need to, so we initialize that. So by default, everything should be in this. But now based on this, okay, so now in the loop here, when we get the work item, we'll have to have a set, but the set will be based on a condition. So we could do something like this here, add a condition. I'm guessing it will be a switch though. Let's do a switch. And we're looking at so what was that? Get work item detail. Okay, so we should have state, right? You know what? Let's type state. Cool. So if the state is equal to new, if the state is equal to new, in fact, we should try something different, right? Because by default, everything will be new. So if the state is, oh no, like, okay, so if the state is equal, yeah, okay. If the state is equal to new, then this here come on, and we are the target bucket will be equal to, it is already, but will be equal to new. Otherwise, default variable set, and we're setting the target, it will be equal to in progress. Okay. So here we should change, say, rename target bucket is new. Target bucket is new. Oh man. Target bucket is new. And if you wonder why I'm having so much trouble, it's just because on my keyboard it's function instead of control. On a different like on this laptop, function is the lower left key instead of control, so I'm hitting it multiple times, like it's just like screwing everything. Target bucket is new. Control A, Control C, and here if I rename this, I just did, okay, target bucket is in progress. Cool. Great. So now, based on the status, we'll be able to do that. And here, the bucket, I can change this and do a custom value and enter the target bucket. Okay. And again, here, when we create the new task, we should be able to say instead custom value target bucket. And assign we found that earlier. It was assign, forgot, assign. Assign to email this. Cool. So I think we messed up enough. Not messed up, but we changed enough stuff to experiment. Let's drop. Boom. Okay, we save. Now let's run it. Oh my god, I'm scared. Did we broke everything? Oh my god. Would be cool if we have like at least 2 buckets, right? But I'm genuinely scared. We change a lot of things. We'll see. Oh, so that was kind of quick. So ready. In progress. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So it was done. So it did nothing. That was ready. That was in progress. So it went case 2. Ah, it worked. plan. Oh, did I not have new? New case 1. Okay, cool. So it worked. So we should definitely change the like this. I forgot to rename those. Here we're looping through. Oh my god. That would be a good start. That would be a good stream if I can have that. That would be good. We'll have feedback to share about build, about the tool. Come on, come on. It's taking 1 minute. It's long, but you know, if I'm just doing it once a day, I think it would be good enough. Mm, 2 minutes. Oh my god. $31. Drop all. Blah, blah, blah. Let me drop 2. Let me join. We're done. 2 minutes. That was long. Oh, look like we'll have like a few one, just one. Okay. You wanna bet? I give you 5 seconds. Do you wanna bet? Did it work? Did we fail? Did we succeed? Let's refresh. Oh yeah! But why? Why this is publish? Shouldn't be publish. Oh, that's the publish date. Okay. Yeah, so publish maybe is the task make that sense is. Maybe is. Yeah, well that's the task publish, but it's not started, so that makes sense. Okay. And here in progress, and why I have that in progress? Oh, because we put 50%, right? We put 50 in the tasks. So we put 50, okay. Whatever, okay, okay. So now if I go on schedule, I do win the lowest score. Oh my god. I never saw that. So you have the highest and the lowest? Dang. Real pro. Look at that. We have now blue, black, and red stuff. It's pretty cool. So this one, OBR, was recorded Monday the 1st. It's true. It's in progress. It's true. Because the status of the task is ready. Because that's the episode for next week. So that's good. And it's in progress. Like we put all of them in progress. Show on a card. I have no idea. What's that mean? I'll show on card. I don't know. Maybe because I zoom too much. If I zoom out. I don't know what that means. Okay, so we have that. Here. That one. Contributing to win package manager. That one. Oh, that's for the publish. But it's not started. But no, that's not really. So what I'm looking for? So it's in the bucket in progress. Because no, yeah, that one is done. Okay. And here that one is in progress. Introduction to Omnivore. It's true. Okay. Oh my god, that was good. we did a bunch of stuff, so that's pretty good. So when it's new, we could set, okay, so that's good. So in our stuff here, we could have a moment, just like when we assign the bucket destination, we could have one for the in progress. If it's new, it's 0. If it's like whatever, it's 50. And if it's done, but I will need to, so that's the thing, I will need to define that, because this could change. But if I keep it simple, so I think in every board there's new is always new and done is always done. So we could do that. Just keep it simple. That would be cool. So we have board, so in progress, and we could have like in progress and done instead of like and removing those. So done, kind of very simple, but you know, give you an idea. Chart, what's chart? Oh, that's cool. And schedule. I like that. That was cool. Very happy with the stream. Very happy with the stream today. I'm very happy. I think it was very constructive. I think we have a functional tool. I can clearly use it right away. Just need to change it, so instead of running every 6 months, it will be running every day. And we'll share that to my colleagues. Say, hey, what do you think? Do you like that? Yeah, I think I dig it. It's cool. Okay. Should we raid someone who's streaming? Who's streaming today? Do we have any suggestions? Let's go have a look. I know I won't be able to stay though, so I feel like maybe we shouldn't raid anybody. Yeah, I think we won't raid today because like I will straight away leave. But I was very happy. Thank you a lot, everybody, for the stream today. Very appreciate you. Really, Clarkio will be on. Yeah, but UK Mendel's was what he's doing. Let's have a look. UK MA DLZ ELZ. Did I do a typo? What he's doing? It's been 94 years and I still have finished this project. 89 for. So look like he's doing some NPM JavaScript stuff. We could do that. Should we raid? What do you think, Claudius? I think that could be cool. Right? Or fair. No, you know what? I won't raid anybody today because like I said, like we're just like a very small crew, only 5, 6, and I need to live, so I will like leave. Sorry, I won't be able to chat with, and I like to do that when I'm raiding. So that will be it. Very happy with what we did today. We'll definitely continue to improve that, and now that the goal will be to document it and like see how we can share it and have other implementing it. Really like the work we done today. I think it's a great stream. We'll have a lot of feedback. We'll bring back the feedback about build, bring the feedback about automate and the interface and things like I wish it was better. So that was good. So I wish you all a great weekend. Go outside. I know I will. I have a wedding Saturday, so we'll do that. And Saturday, my daughter is moving out of the house, so big weekend for me. Frank will be like that for Monday, but US, it's a holiday for US, so it should be quiet. I will be working quietly, probably working on that, finishing that, because I'm very excited. Though I'll probably work on that today after all the meeting and recording and stuff. So have a great weekend, and you know what? I see you next Friday. Bye-bye.